Autumn 1944. The world was at war, and in the heart of Europe the forests of the Vosges stood silent, shrouded in mist and uncertainty. In these shadowy woods, the Maquis, French resistance fighters, moved like ghosts, their lives depending on silence, secrecy, and the ability to vanish into the trees at a moment's notice. Yet, deep within their hidden camp, a single electric bulb glowed in the darkness, a fragile beacon of hope and defiance, powered not by luxury, but by sheer ingenuity and willpower. These weren't trained engineers, but ordinary people, farmers, teachers, laborers, who harnessed the energy of a mountain stream, building a water wheel from scavenged wood and battered metal, pieced together with whatever they could find. The wheel, ingeniously linked to a dynamo salvaged from a wrecked truck, powered not only their single light, but, more importantly, a clandestine radio, an invisible thread tying them to the outside world. This radio was their lifeline, connecting them to the Allies, relaying coded messages, enabling ambushes and reporting enemy movements. Every transmission was a risk, but also a chance for hope. Their power wasn't for comfort or convenience. It was a weapon, forged from necessity and a deep, almost instinctive knowledge of the land and its hidden strengths. Under constant threat of discovery, they turned nature's raw forces, water, wood, and wind, into tools of resistance, adapting and improvising with every challenge. Their story is a lesson for all of us. True resilience comes from adaptation, from seeing potential in the world around us, and from never giving in to despair. Power is everywhere, locked in water, wood, and muscle, waiting for those with the courage and imagination to unlock it, even in the darkest times. The Maquis proved that survival depends not on complex systems or advanced technology, but on knowledge, determination, and the willingness to work together for a common cause. In the deepest darkness, even a small spark, a single bulb, a whispered message, can defy the enemy and light the way forward. Today we live at the mercy of the grid, a vast, fragile web powering our every convenience. From the moment we wake up to the glow of our alarm clocks, to the late-night hum of city lights, electricity is the invisible force that shapes our lives. It fuels our homes, our workplaces, and the very infrastructure that keeps society running. We rarely question its source or vulnerability, trusting a system few understand. Most of us simply assume the lights will always turn on, our devices will always charge, and our world will keep spinning without interruption. But what if the lights went out? A cyber attack, solar flare, or storm could plunge us into chaos. In an instant, the comforts we take for granted could vanish, leaving us in darkness and confusion. Supply chains would halt, water would stop, and society would grind to a halt, not with a bang but a silent blackout. Supermarkets would empty, factories would stand still, and even clean water could become scarce. Our dependence is our weakness. We've traded ancient skills for blind reliance on centralized systems. The knowledge that once kept our ancestors alive has faded, replaced by faith in technology we barely comprehend. The Maquis survived because their knowledge was in their hands, not in distant servers. They relied on resourcefulness, adaptability, and practical skills, qualities that modern life has allowed to atrophy. True independence means being able to disconnect and endure. It's about having the confidence to face uncertainty, knowing you can provide for yourself when systems fail. If the grid failed tomorrow, would you be a survivor or a victim of your own unpreparedness? The difference lies in the choices you make today and the skills you choose to reclaim. The answer lies in reclaiming the skills we've forgotten. By learning to rely on ourselves, we can transform our greatest vulnerability into our greatest strength. Bushcraft and survival rest on three timeless principles: observation, resourcefulness, and a light footprint. These are the foundations that have guided people through the wild for generations, shaping the way we interact with the natural world. Observation is more than looking. It's reading the land, sensing water, wind, and danger. It's about noticing subtle changes in the environment, understanding animal behavior, and being attuned to the rhythms of nature. Resourcefulness turns obstacles into assets, seeing a wrecked car as a trove of parts, a fallen tree as shelter or fuel. It's the art of improvisation, using what's at hand to solve problems and meet your needs, no matter how unexpected. Waste nothing. Ask, how can I use this? Before, where can I buy one? Every object, no matter how humble, can have a second life with a bit of creativity and practical thinking. A light footprint is survival. Move like the animals, leave no trace, respect the land, tread softly, minimize your impact, and ensure the wild remains unspoiled for those who come after you. These skills aren't just for wartime, they're a blueprint for resilience in any age. Whether facing hardship or simply seeking connection with nature, these principles empower us to adapt and thrive. They teach us to be active, creative participants in our environment, not just passive observers. By learning and practicing these skills, we become more self-reliant and confident in our abilities. In a world of disposable goods, this mindset is our path to independence. It's a return to valuing what we have, making do, and finding satisfaction in self-sufficiency. The greatest resource is knowledge and the will to use it wisely. When we combine skill, awareness, and respect for the land, we unlock the true potential of bushcraft and survival. Water is life and power. For centuries, people have harnessed streams with simple water wheels, turning flow into force. The Maquis tapped this ancient wisdom, building a wheel from timber and scrap, driving a dynamo to generate electricity. An undershot wheel works in fast, shallow streams. An overshot wheel with a drop is more efficient. A belt, leather or rubber, links wheel to generator, creating a micro-hydro system, quiet, reliable and continuous. No dams, no destruction, just a small, sustainable intervention. This technology empowers individuals, freeing them from the grid. The real power is in seeing a stream as more than water, seeing light, warmth, and connection. With knowledge and hands, the landscape itself becomes your ally. True resilience flows from understanding and using what nature provides. The forest is a storehouse of energy. Every leaf and scrap of waste holds potential. Biogas is made by sealing organic matter in a digester, where bacteria turn waste into methane for cooking or light. A simple setup, a barrel, pipes for input and output, and a collector for gas. For more power, wood gas is made by heating wood in low oxygen, producing a flammable gas. Vehicles ran on wood gas. Resistance fighters could power generators or engines without petrol. A wood gasifier, built from drums, turns wood into high-grade fuel. This is bushcraft at its best, transforming common materials into modern energy. Before machines, our bodies were the original engines. Human, muscle-built civilizations, and in survival, it's your first power source. Hand cranks and flywheels can generate electricity for radios or lights. Pedal power is even better. A stationary bike linked to a generator can charge batteries or run tools. Treadles free your hands for work, using your legs for sustained output. These systems need only food and effort. No sun, wind, or fuel required. When you pedal for power, you respect every watt. This isn't regression, it's reconnecting with the reality of energy. We are not just consumers, we are creators. The sun powers nearly everything on Earth: weather, plants, water cycles. Passive solar design, orienting shelters for warmth, was ancient wisdom, now often forgotten. Parabolic reflectors and solar ovens, made from simple materials, can cook food or boil water without fuel or smoke. Solar panels, even salvaged ones, provide silent, steady electricity for essentials. Thermoelectric generators turn heat from a fire into small amounts of power, enough for lights or a phone. These low-tech solar solutions are robust, quiet, and sustainable. In a world without the grid, the sun remains our most reliable ally. Harnessing it is both ancient and revolutionary. Survival isn't about conquering nature, it's about understanding and working with it. Water, sun, decay, muscle, all are forms of energy, interconnected and abundant. The Maquis turned a stream into hope. We must see every element as a resource, not a problem. Waste becomes biogas, fire becomes electricity, hills become water pressure. This holistic mindset replaces fragile dependence with flexible, layered solutions. When you generate your own power, you use it wisely, choosing efficiency, avoiding waste. Nature's strength is diversity, so should be ours. If one source fails, another takes its place. By mimicking nature's resilience, we build systems as enduring as the land itself. True survival is a symphony. Learn to play your part. From wartime partisans to ancient ancestors, the lesson is clear: knowledge is the foundation of independence. Energy from water, waste, sun, and muscle isn't just history, it's practical, vital skill. In a world built on fragile systems, self-reliance is true freedom. The real currency isn't money or gadgets, it's understanding and adaptability. Start small. Build a solar oven, charge a battery by bike, learn your local trees. This journey transforms you from consumer to capable producer. Don't abandon the modern world. Prepare for when it might abandon you. The old knowledge lights the way when the grid goes dark. The power to survive is in your mind and hands. Like the Maquis, remember, knowledge is the spark that endures.